Hi, my name is Andrew Murphy, and along with Rachel Hall, we have chosen to do our group business report on FITBIT. The report aims to provide strategic analysis and evaluate FITBIT as a business. We will present information such as the company's current marketing mix, current macro environmental and SWOT analysis, as well as covering the generic strategy implemented by FITBIT to gain a competitive advantage. And if required, any recommendation we would believe would help FITBIT and its business. For now, I'll pass you over to Rachel, who will begin with the introduction and background of FITBIT.
Hello, I'm Rachel Hoare, and today I'll be going through with you some information about the company that Andrew Murphy and I decided to do our group business report on, which is the company FITBIT. FITBIT is an American company which make a range of wearable fitness trackers, watches and accessories which can track the distance you walk, run, swim and cycle. These fitness technology devices can also track your heart rate, quality of sleep, calories you burn and other personal metrics involved in your fitness journey. FITBIT was formed by James Park and Eric Friedman in 2007 when they wanted to create a wearable product that would change the way we move. I have one myself. Headquartered in San Francisco, California, Park and Friedman, with no experience in manufacturing previously, raised $400,000 to get that product up and running, to make that vision become a reality. Unfortunately, that amount of money was not going to be sufficient to get the product up and running like they'd hoped, so they instead turned to investors and presented them with their idea just with a circuit board inside of a wooden box. We fast forward 10 years later, that circuit inside of that wooden box has become a $4 billion company. The background of FITBIT. FITBIT was previously named Healthy Metrics Research, has earned itself to be one of the best and biggest names in the fitness tracking world. All of my friends and family, for instance, I know have one, and it also gets people, motivated to exercise and make it fun. According to an IDC report published on March 10th, 2020, FITBIT is considered the 5th largest wearable company in shipments as of 2019, with a 14.8% over-year growth behind Apple. Since 2010, FITBIT has sold over 105 million devices worldwide and has close to 30 million active users. Some of FITBIT's competitors are well-known companies such as Apple and Samsung. Now I'll go through the 7 Ps. So first being the product, so what FITBIT sells. So they sell a range of watches. So you have the Sense, the Versa 2 and the Versa 3. And the trackers, which I'm wearing now, they've got an Inspire, Inspire 2, Charge 3, Charge 4, and they've brought out a Ace 2, which is a tracker fit for kids, which is exciting. They also sell more products, so they sell the ARIA Smart Scales. They've got a Fitbit Premium subscription that you can put or enter all of your data, share with your friends and whatnot, as well as accessories. So they've got all designer brand bands to make it suitable to that person. The placement of the Fitbit, so they're all sold on Fitbit online stores, Fitbit authorized resellers including major electronic, sporting and outlet stores worldwide, and third-party online portals such as Amazon. The pricing for Fitbit remains competitive with its market leader Apple Watches, whose prices start at the higher end of Fitbit's pricing. So the products for a Fitbit range from $129 Australian dollars to $499 Australian. The way they promote their product, so Fitbit partner with their users and Feeding America to donate 1.5 million meals for the needy, generating lots of hype for the brand by introducing Fit for Food. That's where Fitbit users would burn calories in exchange for food that would be donated to Feeding America, which is a huge hunger relief organisation. This way of promoting not only encourages word of mouth, it uses social responsibility as a marketing tool, helping to position the brand in a positive light, which I believe it did do that. Fitbit also uses challenges on their app and website to transform fitness into a game, motivating users to participate and compete in. Users can invite their friends to join and share the results on their social media platforms, resulting in engagement and meaningful interactions over time. That's what I do with my friends. Fitbit also partnered with Adidas and released an Adidas branded Fitbit in March 2018. Cross promotions such as this can expose Fitbit to other brands' customer bases. Fitbit also used traditional marketing strategies such as print and broadcast, as well as digital marketing and advertising, online campaigns, and social media promotions. The people that Fitbit target are not only into fitness and health and wish to monitor their accomplishments, but they also it's also targeted to those who currently lack motivation to be physically active and want to change their habits. So it's a really good way to get them motivated and start a challenge with a friend. And now with the ACE becoming available for kids, Fitbit now target all ages, from children to the elderly. The physical evidence for Fitbit is definitely, I feel, through the brand logo, and the font and packaging. The logo is unique in its colour, being the aqua teal colour, so it's easily identifiable on its packaging when you see it in store and online. The way the process works with Fitbit, so it is manufactured in China and then distributed to all the stores. So whether that be online or through to the stores, obviously the customer will place their order on the website if online, pay for the item, a receipt is created, the company will gather the items and ship the goods to the customer, and the same thing happens in store. So that's it. Now the pestle for Fitbit, so the first one being political. There is stability in the political environment for Fitbit because the product encourages a healthy lifestyle, which governments will always support no matter what. You'll see that worldwide, that's across the board. That's one thing that we all can agree on, that a healthier lifestyle is definitely what we want to aim for. So a Fitbit only encourages that. So there's a big tick there politically. Economically, Fitbit has a range of products suitable for different budgets. It is valuable to those who wish to spend time and money on their health and fitness goals. There are some financial opportunities for countries and businesses using Fitbit, since people are always wanting to improve their health and fitness, again, across the world. Employment opportunities, therefore, are created and increased by Fitbit, having Fitbit in the market. Socially, so social with majority of the population wishing to be fit and healthy, Fitbit are encouraging this, so I don't believe there are any social issues. When it comes to the technology side of things, so due to technology always evolving, Fitbit will continuously need to advance in their products and be innovative to remain compatible with today's technology. And I do believe they're doing that, having just released their latest product this year. But yeah, that's something they'll need to always advance with, because technology is forever evolving. The legal side of things, Fitbit is for consumers' protection. The company is following the health and safety regulations, and there are no planned changes in the future. When it comes to the environment and Fitbit, the companies are exploring for new sustainable businesses, so that productivity and profitability can be there. However, the manufacturing and transportation are creating the pollution, which obviously comes into effect with the greenhouse gases. It contributes to that. So that's according to the Quelch reading in 2016. But yeah, so I mean, they're looking at ways to improve that, so they leave less of a footprint on the earth. The product life cycle with Fitbit. So the first Fitbit product was introduced in 2009. It tracked the user's movement, sleep, and calorie burnt during both the day and night, and it's obviously definitely advanced. The growth, Fitbit was founded in 2007 and released their first product in 2009, like I said, and over the last 11 years, they've grown significantly. Fitbit's revenue increased from just over $5 million to around 2.17 billion US dollars. The maturity of Fitbit. I believe Fitbit is at its maturity stage, as studies show, although the Fitbit sales have slowed down over the years, the active users continue to grow. So the name is still absolutely growing out there. As far as the decline goes, although the sales have decreased in the last few years, I don't believe Fitbit has reached its decline stage, as Fitbit continues to grow within the community and releasing new products. Like I said before, their latest products being released, which was the Versa 3 watch, just in August this year. The SWOT analysis, so strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So as far as strengths go, I believe it has a strong brand name. There's affordable prices, wireless, easy to use, services all ages, easily accessible, and obviously it's all about health awareness, which everyone can do with in the world. As far as weaknesses go, product expansion. So it's really only known for its watches and trackers. Look, it might be hard to expand on a product. Not capable of running multiple apps. I believe they are working on that as far as I can see with the research that has been done. So hopefully that will be up and running with being able to run with multiple apps in the future. Opportunities, I believe expanding on health, including nutrition advice to improve the consumer's lifestyle. So making it all health related, not just the physical side of things. And to be able to obviously run multiple apps, like I said. The threats, increasing in competitors selling for a cheaper price, it's always going to happen. And technology is forever changing, so they're always going to have to be evolving. And I believe I will now pass you on to Andrew Murphy. Thanks for listening.
In the 1980s, Michael Porter developed 3 generic strategies that a company can use to gain a competitive advantage. These are cost leadership, differentiation, and focus. Later, Porter would add a focused low-cost strategy as an additional generic strategy. To define the concept, a competitive strategy helps to detail and plan how a company will compete within its industry to first gain and then maintain a competitive advantage. Specifically to Fitbit, the competitive strategy employed mainly is a cost leadership strategy. The strategy is defined when the organization's resources and attention are directed towards minimizing costs to operate more efficiently than the competition. As Fitbit shares a market space with one of the world's global brands, Apple, who are also the market leader in the smartwatch industry, Fitbit do have strong numbers in the wearables market, so they are competitive, especially with undercutting the cost. They employ that cost leadership strategy to help position their product in the market against Apple, basically undercutting Apple's higher prices. An organization such as Fitbit, they continuously try to improve their efficiencies. So that's why they employ the cost leadership strategy. This could mean technological innovation, the cost of manufacturing, even how they distribute the product. A high quality product and building these efficiencies, such as the production cost, in turn helps Fitbit achieve a higher profit margin and a high selling price. Essentially, cost leadership is effective when a business produces a product more efficiently than its direct competitors. Again, in this case, it's Apple, who are very much known as a global brand. How competitive strategy works? Well, Porter's concept of competitive strategy states that in order to be successful, the company has to choose to either fight based on costs, based on differentiation, or based on vocalization. 2 factors dictate which competitive strategy is used by the company. The first is market scope, which determines how broad or narrow the target market is. The second factor is the source of a competitive advantage. So will the product be distinguishable by its lower price or a certain uniqueness? Fitbit aim to promote their market to customers that value their health and fitness. but the general marketing is aimed towards everybody, people of all ages. They've got products aimed towards children. They've got entry-level products. It's for everybody. Health is a universal requirement. We need it to stay alive. Fitbit, they have the Fitbit Ace, which they market towards children, so to help build healthy habits early. So this would suggest that Fitbit have a very broad market. As they're in direct competition for Apple, they've chosen to keep their prices under those of the Apple smartwatches and wearables. That reflects a focus on cost leadership over differentiation. How does cost leadership work for Fitbit itself? Well, Fitbit does utilize a cost leadership strategy. Its main use is to gain a competitive advantage against the market leader, which is Apple. But due to the changing nature and constant development in this industry, in the technological industry, they have started to begin to implement portions of a differentiation strategy. So anyone who's used an iPhone knows that Apple products work best when they're paired with other Apple products. I think the iPhone, iTunes, connecting to an iPhone to a Mac works a lot better than Windows. This creates an insulated product base, which helps to compel existing Apple customers to purchase other Apple products, spending more money on Apple. Fitbit have recently begun to introduce and incorporate this into their product with their Fitbit Premium app, as well as having the smartwatches and fitness trackers work seamlessly with Google and the Android operating system used on smartphones. Fitbit at this time is actually in the process of being acquired by Alphabet Inc., which is the parent company of Google. If the purchase is approved, and should be approved, it can mean a great deal for Fitbit's technological development and product efficiency. As Fitbit continues to build their product together with Google and the Android operating system, it will create an infrastructure and an insulated customer base similar to Apple, just really using the direct competitors. So it's a really smart way to go against Apple. When you look at the cost leadership strategy that's used to undercut the Apple products in terms of the pricing and the differentiation now used in the products and their compatibility with the direct competitors' operating systems, you could argue that Fitbit is shifting to more of a hybrid strategy, a cost leadership and differentiation strategy. Hybrid strategy places emphasis on cost control, product efficiency, technological expertise, and new product development. So which recommendations would Rachel and I give? Well, after reviewing Fitbit, we've come up with 3 recommendations for the business. The first of which is to further their cross-promotion activity. In 2008, Fitbit partnered with Adidas to release the Fitbit Ionic. The Ionic actually helped Fitbit to a 6% increase in their average selling price. That's according to a financial release by Fitbit that they've placed on their website that we've got in our references. Partnering with other known brands, whether they come from the health, fitness industry or the apparel industry, this could lead to new customer bases for Fitbit to market to. A secondary benefit of cross-promotion is that these partnerships are generally seen as having more value than a standard product release. This can mean that it could lead to higher selling prices and higher margins, essentially a more efficient product. This recommendation can be seen to affect 2 of the 7 Ps, promotion and product. The second recommendation would be to introduce full integration with Google products. While Fitbit works across all mobile platforms, and that does include Apple's iOS, we would recommend less money be funneled into the development of a Fitbit Premium app on Apple's operating system. We should move away from that. Instead, focus on the competing operating system offered by Google and the Android OS, which again, if purchased by Google, really puts them against Apple completely. As mentioned before, customers who buy Apple, an iPhone user would choose an Apple smartwatch over a Fitbit wearable in most situations, just because they work more seamlessly together. They're integrated. A better way for Fitbit to gain more of a share of a market would be to shift their focus to the Android system. Hopefully it saves a few dollars along the way in terms of money spent on the Apple side. And instead they'll have more money to invest in their product and the integration between Fitbit and Google and the Android operating system. That could lead to further technological innovation by Fitbit and again a more efficient product, leading to higher customer satisfaction and brand loyalty. In regards to the 7 Ps, this recommendation affects the process. Last up, for the third recommendation, we would recommend Fitbit further explore the healthcare and health insurance industry. They can either market directly to hospitals and practitioners, or another option to go to health insurance providers. Think Medibank and NIB. Offering the product as a wholesale option could lead to new revenue streams for the company. It can also lead to further cross-promotion opportunities. Again, that can mean a higher selling price. So an example would be to partner with Medibank and offer a discounted Fitbit when customers purchase a premium insurance option. A huge benefit of wholesale is with large quantities you pre-sell to the partnering company. This would affect 2 of the 7 Ps place, as it would affect the wholesale retail space and promotion. Well, that brings us to the end of our report. Rachel and I would like to thank everyone for watching. Thank you.